Welcome back to the BookEnds YouTube channel. I'm James McGowan.
Hi, I'm Jessica Faust. I feel like I'm behind over here.
That's been my whole week. We are literary agents who have taken our popular blog to YouTube to discuss all things publishing. And today we're answering a question that we get all the time. How many clients is too many clients?
This is a funny question because, well, we always get the question when we make an offer of representation. I think on every clients to ask or questions to ask an agent list, it's how many clients do you
And you
have?
notice it's always like an awkward question too. It's like, so, how many clients do you have? It's like,
Because I think the authors are like, I'm supposed to ask this question, but I have no idea why.
no idea why, or no idea what they're looking for.
Right. And as an agent, I'm in the same boat. It's one of the very few questions I'm asked in the offer call where I'm like, I don't really A, know the answer to this,
Right.
and B, know what you're looking for. So I don't know. It's not that I want to answer it in the way you need to hear it. It's that I don't really know how to answer because I don't know why authors are asking, and I don't think the authors know why they're asking.
Right. So I think, just to explain a bit, I think the common misconception and perhaps the reason why it's advised to ask that question is that people think more clients equals less time or attention for you or the new client or prospective client or whatever. So people
Yeah.
equate a higher amount of clients with less time,
But
which
what's that magic number? Is it like 100? Is it 300? Is it 5?
exactly what I would love to know. But I think that's the issue, right? Like it's not a black and white answer because at least our stance, I know we've talked about it before. I think we've even talked about it on the channel, but all of our clients don't always need something from us,
Yeah.
especially clients that are writing novels, right? And have a 2 or 3 book deal. They're booked and busy and they're not, I don't know. I think there's a different level of need from every client. It changes every week. So it's hard to give an answer that will give you the indication you're looking for that we have enough time for you. But I also think that just us offering, in most cases, should give that indication that we feel we can take you and your work on.
Yeah, the answer is going to differ depending on the stage in the agent is in their career and also their perception of clients. So I have clients who I consider clients. So if you ask me this question, the reality is I probably have well over 100 clients
Yeah. And
because I
that's
still
24 or 5 years now worth of clients too.
right.
Not
And we
everybody just goes and like terminates their agreement. We still have them as clients.
yes, they are still under contract, but some of them I have not heard from in 10 or 15
Right.
years. We might be sending royalty statements, or they may have taken a break from publishing, or whatever it is. I consider them clients. It's just that they are not active clients.
Yeah.
Um, but then to your point about where a client is, if I'm a brand new agent who's building my list and I just started at BookEnds 2 months ago and I already have 50 clients, presumably I'm submitting and editing and revising all of those clients at once. That might be a lot. That might be more than I can handle.
I also think it's kind of like a question that has blinders on because my clients aren't the only thing that keep me busy, right? If you had asked me a year and a half ago, how many clients do you have? I maybe would have said something in like high 20s, but I was an assistant still and I was doing social media and all of the things that I did as a full-time employee at BookEnds that I'm not doing anymore. And maybe now I have an extra 10, 15 clients. I don't even know. I'm just making up numbers. But maybe now I have an extra 10, 15 clients, but I have way more time.
Right.
So I think it's not fully indicative of how much work and how much time I can put into any client because it's not the only variable.
Right.
I think a better question is probably questions about how the agents work, right? What is your turnaround time for manuscript reading? How do you communicate?
Mhm.
How quickly will you answer my emails? Those are the types of questions you want to ask to know if your working styles are going to be a fit. But I feel like this question, while you may think it's giving you something quantifiable, it's really not.
Yeah, because I tend to be a pusher in terms of clients. I'm always encouraging everybody at BookEnds to keep your queries open as much as you can and keep building your client list, because everything is cyclical, and that includes clients' careers. But to your point about when you were an assistant and you had, let's say, 20 clients, but now you have way more time, you also have way more time because a lot of those clients are busy under contract,
Right.
and you are not having daily contact with them. You are not doing heavy revisions. You are not reading manuscripts and giving feedback, which recently I just did the math on. And for me, for a standard adult fiction manuscript, I spend at least 25 hours just getting the revision letter together. That includes my edits and then the letter I write and everything else. Well, if all of my clients are under contract, or most of them are,
Well, that time back.
I have a lot of time back. So
Yeah.
I think that plays into it too.
But also, so does like, I don't know the exact word, but like your mood, your exhaustion levels, like all of that play into it too, right? Sometimes how many things I have on submission, how much is pulling my attention there, and can I add something to it? And that is not always indicative of how many clients you have.
Right.
So I mean, I can just be exhausted because it's the summer and maybe I'm taking vacations and I don't have the time to do that. That could be a factor in it. So
I think it's not, the question shouldn't really be how many clients do you have or how many is too many. It's what's your personal time management,
right.
because that's really what you want to know, is how does the agent manage their time. One of my answers is always like, well, I only take on as many clients as I can handle, and that could shift. All of that being said, and sort of thinking of this question over the years, because this is a question that has always confounded me, and the truth is I don't know. Like, I don't sit down and count my clients. I take on new clients and I do the work that needs to be done and I sell them. But I have not ever really taken stock of that full list of clients, because it has been almost 25 years. Um,
I would love to know the number.
but the truth is, when I have sort of taken stock of my more active clients, the sales I'm making, those who are under contract or those who are going out on submission or under submission, it's always been about 30 or 35. Now I have far more clients than that, but what I've found, and I think what others at BookEnds have found, is that 30, 35 is a very manageable number. But again, back to my statement earlier about it being cyclical, some of those clients will drop off for various ways. And so I need to keep building, because if I stop because I have 30, 35 clients, what happens when 10 of them stop writing and now I only have 20? And I haven't been building my list and I haven't been building my sales.
Yep. That's a really good point though. I've never been asked a question about how do you manage your time? How do you break down your, those are questions that I've never asked in the offer call. And to me, that's probably the most important thing, right? Like, how are you working behind the scenes that's going to better serve our relationship and my books? And I don't think that that's asked enough,
Yeah.
or really ever. But
I think the question that the authors really want to know is, are you able, do you have the time to give me the attention that I would like to receive from an agent? Is kind of the question. And for you and me, the answer is, yeah, well, I wouldn't offer if I couldn't. But I think it's a fair question to ask and hear what the agent has to say.
Oh, even if that's a general assumption, I think, yeah, like you said, it's worth just putting that question out and getting the answer.
Yeah.
It might surprise you. So,
well, and so many of the questions we ask and the answers we get is not just about what somebody says, but about how you feel about the response.
right.
So,
yeah, so that was a better video than I thought it was going to be.
Longer too.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. We hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here next time.
Bye.